So we're here to do some wrist work. We're going to start in a tabletop position, which I find it important to tell you that for some people, as going into a tabletop position can be already too much. And if that is the case, if this is something what's very uncomfortable for you and simply you feel that it's not bearable, then there's other ways to help you. And in that case, just send me a message and I can help you out and I can give you other variations. Otherwise, we're going to come into this tabletop position and then I'm going to start walking my hands all the way out. I think it's called the seal walking. And then slowly I'm walking them in. I'm aiming to keep my back flat and I'm aiming to keep my elbows straight, pointing forward. And this is what I meant by exposure. So first we're just investigating. We're exposing our hands to a little bit of weight bearing. So if your hands feel horrible here doing this movement, then imagine going into plank pose and putting all your weight on your wrist joints. So this time, as I start to go all the way in my fingers, once I reach that spot, I can't go further. I just pause there a little bit. And then I walk it all the way out, all the way to the other direction, where the fingers are pointing toward my knees. And then see if it's available, how it feels if I bend into it a little bit. And then slowly walking it all the way back. Curl the toes under and just slide your hands toward your knees. Open the chest here. Make sure that your elbow pits are spiraling forward, so the shoulders are in external rotation. And keeping the arms nice and straight, just lift your fingers off of the ground, press into the crease of your hands, keep the arms straight, and then start tapping. Tapping all the way down without bending the elbows. And then it can get pretty challenging once you've been tapping, going at it a little bit. And then if this is easy and you don't feel any work happening, then you can also start shifting the weight a little bit more forward. But just to the point where you can still keep your arms straight. You're not rounding your back. You're not bending into the elbows. Let's just do 10 more. 5, 3, 2, mine is burning now. And release. Sit back, shake it out. And now return all the way back again. Shifting forward. The fingers are spreading all the way out. Press all your weight toward the fingertips and then lift the base of the hand off of the ground. And then from here, keeping the arms nice and straight, shoulders down, we're slowly releasing the back of the hand with as much control as possible. And then lift it up again. And then slowly release. Let's do 5 more. And then again. Try not to round your back. Try to lift the hands both at the same time, really important. And then here's the last one. See if it feels okay if you shift a little bit weight forward into those fingertips. Maybe the thumbs can circle around. And then let's just try and release it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep pressing the hand into the ground and then start circling all the way around those hands. So how much I circle is really, the movement is initiated by the hands. So I'm not just staying on my hands and circling with my hips. I'm actually going around in circles as far as I can push it back, and then as much as my hands allow me to go forward. And then switch directions. And return back to center. Let's just flip over to the top of the hand. Both hands. This can be pretty intense already. In that case, just stay here and then gently shift the weight side to side. Otherwise, see how it feels if you bend the elbows and do a little bit of a push-up action here. And then the wider I have my hands apart, the easier the movement is. And obviously, the closer I move my hands, the more challenging it's going to be. So this time when I push all the way in, when I come up, I roll up into a little fist. And then I roll all the way down, roll back up, all the way down, back up. Let's just do 2 more. And then this time stay up and just walk the hands a little bit back and forth, in and out, before returning to the top of the hand again. And this time when you push up, just stay up here. Maybe the elbows were straight, maybe not. See how it feels to circle the thumbs around. And then let's just move the thumbs all the way into center and then wrap the other fingers around. And then release. And thumb moves into center, other fingers are wrapping around. Squeeze. And release. 2 more. Squeeze. Release. And 1 more. Thumb moves into center, wrap those fingers around, squeeze. And release. Come off of the hands. Shake them out. Give your wrist a little bit of a circle. I'm going to show you another one. I'm giving away a lot of good stuff here for you guys today. And that one is to mobilize the wrist joint. I'm going to use a block because it's easier to demonstrate it, or maybe 2. So you're going to place your hand on a block, and then from here I'm going to start moving my knuckles down and then up, down, up, down, and up. And then this time I'm going to start circling. But you might notice that when I start to circle, my forearm wants to move, and I don't want that. I want to fix the forearm because I'm curious what's going on in this wrist joint. So I'm going to place my left hand on the top of it just to keep it stable. And then you'll notice that this circle is going to be a lot smaller probably. But I'm just slowly start to circle, like all the way up, out to the side, all the way down, and then over to the left. So I'm trying to make the circle as big as possible, but without borrowing from my forearm to do the work. And then switching directions. And then I'm going to show it to you on the other side. It's also a really good idea just to come up on the blocks and first just let your hand, let the fingertips pointing down, and then reach them up, down, up, all the way down, all the way up. And now imagine you're pressing everything, you're pressing your fingertips toward the elbow actively as you squeeze the fingers together. And then now start circling without any movement from the forearm. I have a bit of cracking in this one. I had an injury a few years ago, and because of that injury, my left hand is still so much more sensitive that if I don't do enough preparation work, then I just ending up getting cysts in my wrists. So it's not worth it. It's much better to put the work into it. And then release. Shake it one more time out. And that was about it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you keep at it. And any questions, feel free to shoot me a message.